Hi, Scotjamie here. As you may have noticed, the last of the current series of FF14 short stories have been narrated, and some of you might be wondering what I'll be up to next. I've been thinking about it for a while, what exactly I want to do, because I don't want to just do short stories. I also want to show you my love for games and their stories. I've been running a live stream on Twitch on and off for 5 years, and that has mostly been focused on either FF14 or story games that I thought would be fun to stream. I've streamed the Spyro and Kingdom Hearts games in the past, and they were really fun to do, but that was before I had even thought about saving the VODs and uploading them to YouTube as archives, so those are lost to history unfortunately. I had contemplated about doing Kingdom Hearts again, but have been paranoid about getting taken down by a certain anthropomorphic mouse, although I have read that it isn't as bad as it was in the past. Which brings me to one of the first things I wanted to start putting on my channel. I have a lot of VODs of story streams that are currently on my VOD channel, Scotjamie. I do know people that like big chunky videos in the background while they work, study or grind in video games like me. I also know that also like me, there are people that are more interested in seeing the story and don't really care about the other stuff that happens in between things happening. So for those people, I've been starting to editing old VODs to hopefully a more watchable viewing experience. I first started editing my Pokemon Legends Arceus playthrough, yes, I pronounce it like that, and it was fun to see 2021 Jamie again. What was very funny is I was editing one of the VODs while a friend of mine was in voice with me, and past Jamie and current Jamie made the same dumb joke at the exact same time. If you look on my VOD channel, those were like 15 videos in total. I managed to bring it down to 12, and I was proud of that. Those videos will be releasing a week after this video is released, if things go to plan of course. The next VODs I've been busy editing is the Xenoblade series. I've almost finished editing the Xenoblade 1 VODs, and what's been funny is so far I've managed to edit down 20 VODs into just 13. A lot of those streams were me doing side quests, and when I was editing them, I realized that after they were only reduced to just the story and the side quest conclusion, they were only about like 15 to 20 minutes. And I was just like, oh, I'll just put them into one video instead of for 1 week, for example, only releasing like a 20-minute episode and the next one would be an hour. I thought that would be strange. After that, I will obviously do Xenoblade 2 and then finish it off with Xenoblade 3. I don't know when I'll be done with that, but that will take a while. I'd say like early next year. Let's not forget that I'm predominantly an FF14 streamer, so those VODs will also be edited down, but much later. One of the reasons being is that it is a lot, and I've been thinking about releasing them after 7.55, and for those who don't know FF14, that is basically end of expansion, and you could maybe see it as a refresher for the next expansion. I would like to end this section on that I would like to apologize for the quality of those VOD videos, because I'm not that great with bit rates and such, and they are directly from Twitch because I didn't know I could record with OBS. They will be at 720p, which is decent, but especially in FF14 you will notice that the text is a bit weird, but sorry. The next thing I want to talk about is that you may have seen in my short stories that I've used footage of me doing things with my friends. Mostly it has been footage of us doing treasure dungeons or finding treasure maps and doing treasure dungeons because of the maps, but some of them have been us doing the main stories. The footage you're seeing right now in the background is one such story dungeon. It's the last Heavensward story dungeon, and I don't think I've used it for one of my short stories, but I've had it in my YouTube archives for ages and thought this was a good opportunity to use it. Out of habit now, I've been recording the story progress that my friends have been making, and outside of the one that I'm currently using, I haven't thought of what I want to do with them. Maybe some progress update who like those things of hey, this is a mentor Scotjamie here. My sprouts have done this today. It was sad, or it was awesome. An idea I had for a series that will probably take a while is called, in my head, but name pending, FF14 Backlogs, where I basically finish achievements of older content. The reason why it's taking longer than I thought is I'm doing the Heavensward Relic series, and I hadn't realized how much currency grinding I had to do. I'm still on like step 3 out of 9, and it feels like it's going on forever. Speaking of backlogs, I've recently gotten the Platinum Trophy for both the PS4 and PS5 version of FF14, and that was basically the bulk of my FF14 streams. But now that it's done, I will probably switch to streaming me working on the backlogs instead. And speaking of Platinum Trophies, if you've been following me on Blue Sky, which I should really be promoting more, I talk about me getting Platinum Trophies for games. Uh, Platinum Trophy hunting is another game series idea I had, but not sure yet how I would implement that. Because it's usually mid playthrough when I decide if I want to get a Platinum Trophy, and I don't know if I'll have like record at the ready, you know? Most of the footage I've used come from streams that I have done, but I've started to think about dabbling into making Let's Plays of games that I either don't think will be stream friendly or just in my backlog of games that I don't want to stream but do want to share my opinions on. I've been thinking about what I wanted to be my first Let's Play, and I wanted it to be short, but something that I know that I would enjoy, and after discussing with a friend of mine, I came up with Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This will, by the way, be my first proper Legend of Zelda game I've ever played. I've only ever seen Legend of Zelda being played by my sister or friends who are big Legend of Zelda fans, or watching speedruns that I have no clue what the hell is going on. After that, I've been thinking about doing a Let's Play on the Dishonored series, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, and maybe Persona. Obviously, I will not just play those games and nothing else, but those are the ones that in my head I was like, ooh, I would love to do a Let's Play of this. I like the world of Dishonored and would love to share it with you guys. One thing I will warn you purists out there, that I will save scum if needed, because the playthrough isn't about how elite of a gamer I am, but more the story. I might leave in footage if it's really funny though, like if I stumble an assassination, because the Dishonored physics engine is mwah. I'm a big Digimon nerd, like huge Digimon nerd, and I'm currently playing the new Time Stranger game, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And I also really enjoyed the Cyber Sleuth games, and so would love to put it on my channel at some point. My colleague and I were once bored at work, and I think, if I remember correctly, we found an article about Persona 5, or I don't know if it was Persona 5 specifically, but it was just waifus in gaming. And it was some character from Persona 5, and my colleague started like talking about Persona 5, and I was like, you know what, you convinced me. And so I did a playthrough of myself. I got the Platinum Trophy for it, and thought it was pretty good. A couple of years ago, there was a big Persona sale, and I got Persona 3, its remake, Persona 4, and I also got the dance games from that, and never played it, so I thought this was a good opportunity to finally play them. I know that there are a lot of Persona 3 fans out there, so it'd be curious to see what the big hubbub is about. And Persona 4 is back in the news again because they announced a Persona 4 remake recently. So also a good time to get into that, I guess. I was in the middle of a Persona 5 Striker playthrough, and at some point I just lost interest. Not because the game was shit, I get distracted easily by other things. I'm sometimes a magpie like that. But yeah, like I will do a replay of Persona 5, obviously, on New Game Plus, because I don't want to grind again. And then do Striker, and then maybe, oh yeah, I also got Tactica at some point. Like I think I got it at launch, never played it, of course. But yeah. Going back to FF14, I've been thinking about doing a let's play of the class/job quests in FF14. In a similar vein, I've been thinking about doing a playthrough of the Star Wars The Old Republic class stories. My biggest inspiration for YouTube and streaming has been Jesse Cox, who made me a fan of both him and Star Wars The Old Republic with his playthrough of the Civ Inquisitor class. It would be cool if I could do the same thing for somebody else. I may have had my disagreements with Star Wars Republic, especially in recent years, but I used to be big into that, and I love the class stories, and I'm actually looking forward to doing them again. Next, I want to talk about is that some of you might be wondering if I'll still be doing narrations. Obviously, whenever FF14 releases new short stories, I will narrate them, but I also want to try and do non-FF14 narrations. The thing that got me want to try narrating was watching the Netflix show The Fall of House Usher. I found out that I didn't know much about Edgar Allan Poe, and it made me a fan. And it's because of that I want to narrate Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, maybe also other short stories, but yeah, The Raven is currently one that I'm looking at narrating. I've also joked with my friends that I should narrate the Jabberwocky, but we'll see about that. Lastly, I want to mention that I have a Patreon that is very bare bones, and it's just there if you want to support me in any way that isn't YouTube or Twitch. You can support me there with either €1 or whatever amount you want. I don't have any expanded Patreon plans as of yet, but I may add something to it, like add more incentives to become a patron. But yeah, for now it's just there if you either don't go on YouTube much or you don't what the hell is Twitch. You can support me there. Anyway, that's gonna be me for now. Thank you for listening and hope to see you in the future.